The last couple days I've been kind of sick, but I want to unpack some of the thoughts that I've had while I've just been laying in bed by myself. So while I do that, I'm going to go to Target and I'm also going to pick up some foods, ingredients, juices, everything that I know that's going to make me feel a little better and bring you guys along. So without further ado, let's go to the store. So the biggest issue I've been dealing with this sickness is sinus pressure and headaches, man. I feel like the inflammation is really bothering me. It's taking a toll on my thoughts, man. I've had a lot of brain fog, so I'm gonna be focusing on things that I can use to decrease the inflammation and make my head feel a little better. So these past couple of days, I've been dealing a lot with sinus pressure and headaches. And, I feel very inflamed and it's kind of taken a toll on my thought process. I got a lot of brain fog, like I've been saying. So I'm gonna go to the store and I'm gonna show you guys some foods that I know really help me, specifically for immunity, trying to feel better in your immune system. I used to think that to optimize meant that you had to get rid of the enjoyment factor. Okay, remember being a kid and you get sick and then your mom makes you drink some cough medicine? The cough medicine kind of tasted nasty, and then it almost instilled a vision that doing things that are good for you don't feel fun. Have your parents ever told you to eat vegetables? But I don't wanna. Well, you have to, all right? And then so many people grow up with that mindset of, well, if it's good for me, then I probably don't really want to do it. It's because I need to. Wants and needs are two different things. And they are different, but they don't have to be. You can need water, but not want it. But what happens when you start getting parched in the mouth? You start wanting water. Here's a better one. Do you want to wait until you're old, arthritic, frail, can't move at all, to think I should have stretched, I should have stayed up on my strength and mobility training, I should have ate healthier? Those are all needs because they'll hold you back eventually. But if you don't want them right now, then you're not going to get the benefits of them later. Wants and needs are different things, but they don't have to be. Because there is a part of getting what you need that requires you to sacrifice what you want. That might mean if you really want a cake, you have to sacrifice that if you want to be healthy. A salad would be a stereotypical option, but I don't think anyone can replace a cake they really want with a salad and stick with it. I never had the calorie talk, so I had to do a lot of that research on my own. I knew what foods were healthy, and I knew what foods were not healthy, but I didn't know that if you eat 3,000 calories of healthy foods, you're still gonna gain weight if you're not in a deficit. I understood that there were healthy and unhealthy foods. I had a real big sweet tooth. I had a tendency to splurge, so I would try to splurge on those healthy foods. And then when I didn't notice a difference, I would become demotivated and everything. I never had the calorie talk, so I was completely perplexed that I was doing everything right and didn't see any results. But for me, what worked when I was a fat little kid, eating high protein. And then I started feeling way better. I grew up in gymnastics. I noticed improvements in the stretching that I was doing, the mobility, my strength, and also how full I was. My sugar cravings went down, and then I was able to fulfill what I want and what I needed in the same thing, because it wasn't all the sugar that I wanted. If it was, I would have just had a spoonful of sugar, But the goal was to eat something that I enjoyed and didn't feel shitty for after. You will always have to sacrifice something. But if something is important to you, don't give it up. You can fight for that.
And now, here's what I'm shopping for to feel better and to boost my immunity. Any type of warm tea is a no-brainer, but in particular, I like mint or ginger to help soothe the sore throat. Next up, we have Element for its electrolytes, minimal ingredients, and zero sugar, because water alone is not going to cut my hydration needs. Naked juice works great when digesting is too difficult, but I find that I feel better when I drink a juice that's cold pressed and not from concentrate, like this brand Suja. Speaking of cold pressed, we have this ginger immunity shot, which is basically a miracle worker when it comes to sinus pressure because of how fast and effective you can feel it working. The last thing I would suggest is Quest bars. If you're having trouble with solid foods, I would hold off on these for now. But this is what I was craving, and I know I haven't got enough protein or fiber in the last couple of days. If you're the type to still be hungry after a meal, this is a perfect low sugar, sweet snack that'll keep you satiated. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. If you liked, be sure to like and leave a comment down below. Enjoy your day. Peace.